Mental illness and creativity, two defining characteristics that have often been paired together. But is this justified? Can these two things coexist without each other, or are they destined to dance together, entangled within the minds of those they inhabit? This is the question we as a group have been asked to support or refute. Is there a link between madness and creativity? To find the answer, we chose to look past our own intellect and ask for help from artists all across the country. Throughout history, there seems to be an assumption that mental illness has ties to creativity, so the first thing we wanted to know was if they thought this idea was true or not. Needless to say, they had strong feelings on the subject.
I would say yes.
I'm thinking about this, and I don't believe it to be true.
My name is Shannon Playford, and I'm a painter, I guess. And I've been painting since I was 5, pretty much. And lately I haven't been painting too much. I think you need something that pushes you beyond just existing. Otherwise, there's not that pull to create something. Like, you have to have some kind of disturbance or something that makes you want to express it in some way.
My name is John Kreider. I work for Goodwill to pay my rent, buy food. I'm an artist. I do mixed media. I think there's the spectrum of mental wellness in the arts. There's people with depression issues, and then there's so-called real straight-laced people. Straight-laced, meaning they think they're normal, well-adjusted. I don't know. It kind of goes down to the definition of what society considers normal, well-adjusted behavior,
My name is Linda Norton. I am a furniture and lighting designer / artist. Art in itself is an expression of our emotions, and whether you have a healthy mental state or an unbalanced mental state can actually affect what you project back out into the universe.
After receiving mixed answers, which we were admittedly fascinated but not shocked by, we felt compelled to ask how they personally think our culture views and treats artists in society.
I think artists are treated a little like an oddity. We're excited, we're fascinated to hear about them, but we kind of just let them, I don't know, they just kind of sit on the shelf and we just kind of walk on by. It's like, oh, that's great, you're an artist, I'm gonna go over here.
After hearing some views on the connection between mental illness and creativity, we wanted to know what aspects of their life have inhibited their creative process, and have they found ways of overcoming these difficulties.
My name is Camille Minibitso. I've been making films for 12 years. I've been teaching them for 9 years at this point. I started out with this group called Out of Your Backpack Media. So for me personally, my mental illness affects my creative process a lot. Some days I can't get out of bed, and some days I'm spending 3 days staring at the same clip on the screen going, how come that mouth doesn't look right? And I can't change it. Sometimes the only way to get out of that funk is to let that wave go by, or any type of outlet. I really like to have my hands in the earth, gardening. I really like to be working hands-on with people and things, and so for me a lot of the times is just having to push through.
Mental illness is a common inhibitor, but there are also external factors that can interfere with the creative process.
Who were you? My name is Lisa DiDonato Brousseau, and I am an improviser in Portland, Oregon.
Hello, I'm Beau Brousseau, the husband, and I'm also an improviser here in Portland, Oregon. What do you think of something?
Yeah, children, go away.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're both parents, and it's trying to find the time and extra energy because we have 2 little boys, and they require a lot of our energy and keep us up at night and that sort of stuff. On the other hand, they also provide us with a lot of interesting perspectives and stories to tell.
Right, new material. And we need to talk about that later because we need to, Leo.
But guess what? This is incredible.
Leo,
Please, this is one thing.
do you see what's going on here?
And again, like I said, the sort of monetary side of things, we have to have real jobs.
4 years ago, I did a career change. I had an opportunity to work for a company that brings improv theater to business. And the technical term is applied improvisation, but we basically take what we do on stage as actors in improv, and we say, hey, if you kind of take on these behaviors in the workplace, we think things can be better.
After hearing about the challenges that can affect a person's creativity, we were reminded of the romanticization of the suffering artists, which made us feel compelled to ask them pointedly, do artists have to suffer to be creative?
I absolutely don't think you need to suffer.
Me personally, no. My name is Patrick Arango. I am a screenwriter.
My name is Solomon Seeloff. I'm a lo-fi bedroom musician. I think everyone can make something beautiful, and I think everyone has a voice, and I think everyone can express something. I just think that people write about, what's going on in their life or how they view the world, their perception of the world. So
it feels much more punitive for me. I suffer if I am not creative. It is much more, it is the hammer that keeps me going. It's the suffering. So if I want to avoid that, I have to keep being creative.
After hearing that creativity does not always come from suffering, and may in fact be the very thing that subdues it, we had to ask the obvious question, what motivates your creativity?
My name's Leo Castellani, and I produce music electronically, and I also play music physically, and I whittle, and I work on an organic farm in Alaska, and I'm also a commercial fisherman. Personally, I have kind of a selfish drive for respect and acclaim. I want people to recognize the amount of work that I put into something, and I want people to resonate with the feelings that I felt while creating that thing. And so that's really what drives my creativity. It's kind of fucked up and weird, but I really do just want people to look at me and I don't know, appreciate the things that I worked on.
Hello, my name is Justice Steiner. I'm a transgender ex-Alaskan who uses acrylic paints on bone and canvas. I would say that what motivates me most is periods of mental illness, really. The highs and lows are really the fuel to my fire when it comes to painting or drawing. When I'm feeling quote-unquote normal, I don't really have the urge to create. Mental illness has always been the reason why I want to make art, not just because it's a coping mechanism, but because it makes me feel like I'm going through bad things for a reason, and it sort of justifies the illness in my head somehow.
Meeting with all of these amazing artists really gave us the ability to view many different perspectives outside of class. Although questioning the link between madness and creativity can be quite controversial, we have seen that there is no true definitive answer, but the beauty in their responses was enough for us. After these artists had answered our questions, a few were compelled to give us a final comment.
Yeah, I definitely think self-doubt is like the biggest inhibitor, and it's really sad because I feel like everyone could make something, artistic, and everyone could make something beautiful. I just think they feel like they can't, but once you get over that thought that you can't and you just have fun with it, even just like doodling, like musically or artistically or whatever, it just really gets your thoughts out, and it can just be really liberating for you, and it can be really good for your self-esteem. So I think everyone should just go for it.
If I hadn't been through things in my life, and if I hadn't been born with mental illness, I don't think I ever would have become an artist. But I don't think that is something that should stop anyone who wants to make art. I think that it's a great way for anyone to express themselves, whether or not they're suffering. But if they are, then it can really help them to work through past issues and move forward in their lives.
There's a lot of artists who have been tortured, and I think it would be great to see the next generation maybe turn that around, and art doesn't have to be torturous. We can take the pain of our experiences and turn it into something beautiful or inspiring.
Sorry for the things I said. I'm sorry for the things I did. You always say that. I woke up one day to the sound of rain. I'm sorry that the feeling stays the same. Yeah, you always say that. Built up your wall with all your king's men. You betrayed your family, you betrayed your friends, and I don't know where I stand. You settled on an island listening to your prayers. Listen here, I'm aware that you weren't here, even though I know